What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for Dr. Sleep. Just got back from the theater. This movie honestly was amazing. Now, let me set the record straight and get through all your obvious questions. Is this better than The Shining?
You serious?
Yeah, it's not better than The Shining. I don't even know why y'all were expecting it to be. The Shining is a fucking horror masterpiece. Ain't nothing gonna top that, man. It's a fucking horror masterpiece. Which actually, fun fact, I actually recently, on Halloween, I actually went back and rewatched The Shining because I was like, alright, let me binge some horror movies tonight, and The Shining was one, so I got to re-experience The Shining. And they actually even redo scenes in the movie from The Shining, but they're obviously with different actors because, either all the actors from the original movie are either dead or extremely old. I won't lie, one thing, now this isn't a flaw I had with the movie, because why would it be? But something I got a little disappointed was because of the fact all the characters that played characters that we saw in the first one, like, Wendy, Jack, what's his name, the black dude, the old black guy, that told Danny about The Shining. All of them are recast. Now, I already mentioned before, all the original cast members are either dead or really old, but I still would have liked to have seen, especially with today's technology, I would have loved to have seen Jack Nicholson one last time play Jack again, obviously DA's there. That would have been nice to see, but although I will say this about the chick that plays Wendy, she does live with her, but she sounds like her, to a shocking degree does she sound like her. I don't know if that's just what she sounds like, she fucked around with her voice, or they legit, dubbed over her audio with, clips from the original movie. I don't even know, but it was shocking how much she sounded like the, what's her name, the chick that played Wendy in The Shining back in the 80s. It was, to a shocking degree. I was like, holy shit, you sound just like her. It was weird. But anyway, so let's just jump right in. So the movie is directed by Mike Flanagan, and stars my man, Obi-Wan Kenobi himself. I'm so excited for that Disney Plus series. Ewan McGregor, Rebecca Fergus, Alexandra Esio. She's the chick that plays Wendy in the movie. Carl Lumbye, Zan McCarlin, Kylian Curran, and many more. And so the plot of Dr. Sleep obviously takes place, I think it was 20 years after the first movie, after The Shining. Now, Dan Torrance, he's struggling with alcoholism and still remains traumatized for the events that haven't really overlooked to tell. He hopes to find peaceful institute, but becomes shattered when he meets Abri, a teen who shares his extraordinary gift, the Shine. Together they form an unlikely alliance to battle the True Knot, a cult whose members try to feed off the shine of innocence to become immortal. Now, another question I'm sure some of y'all might be wondering, Glenn, does this movie answer any of the questions that were left unanswered from the first movie? Does the movie try to make any sense of the ending? Nope. Sorry, pal. If you were wondering if this movie was going to make sense of that original ending with how Jack Torrance was in that photograph from the 30s, this ain't the movie for you, fella, and I'm pretty sure it's better off we don't know that. But what this movie does focus on, it expands on the lore of The Shining, more or less The Shining itself, how it works, what it does. And it's really interesting what they do here with it, especially with how the way talk. When we see Jack use The Shining for the first time with his old guy that's about to die, the way it's shown off and does, and you hear these little ripple effects in the background behind him, it looks really cool. Hell, I would definitely say was the best part of the film was when we really see two people who have The Shining kind of battle it out, like when the cult leader, I forget her name. What was her name? Has something. Rose the Hat, we see Rose and Abby, facing off against each other when they're trying to find each other. It's really interesting stuff what they do with The Shining, how they work with the camera work and everything. Mike Flanagan did an amazing job with those scenes. Those are some of the best parts of the movie where we see two people who have The Shining kind of duking it out. Those are some of the best parts of the movie. When we just really get into inside these characters' minds, I would definitely say that's probably the best part of the movie. At least some of the best part, and as well as the stuff that happened at the Overlook Hotel at the end of the movie. That was a lot of fun for no other reason than just the pure fan service of seeing the house again. Some of the old ghosts great party, isn't it? It was some great stuff, man. Great fan service, and it was nice, and also nice to see some of those original scenes. Like I mentioned before, I almost wish they just reused the footage from the first movie, but I was like, that would have looked extremely old. But I don't know. That was just Man, I wish they had brought back the original cast, but obviously, I know why they didn't. Anyway, so what did I love? So what did I love about this movie? Obviously, I already mentioned before. I absolutely love the whole stuff when we really get inside the mind of these characters, like Danny, Rose, as well as Abra. When we see them guys going at duking out in like these like mental battles, is great stuff. The rest of the cast did an amazing job, but the cast overall was great. Another thing I love, the music was great. It still keeps in tune with The Shining, with the soundtrack. It still feels like The Shining, like, the music doesn't really sound like music. You have those, those kind of sounds where they're just, and the stuff. And around when we usually do go to the Overlook Hotel, there is this one scene that's like a massive tribute to the opening of The Shining. I was just like, and I was kidding, and I was fanboying like crazy, like, oh my god, it's The Shining, because you guys know I fucking love The Shining. You guys remember when I reviewed Prey Player One, I was fanboying like crazy when they went to The Shining in one of the games. They went inside the Overlook Hotel. Y'all know I was fanboying then, and I'm fanboying here with the sequel when we went there. So that was great. So I already mentioned Ian McDiarmid was the cast I mentioned before was great. Abby, I got to give special props to Khalil Curran, the chick that plays Abra Stone. She was amazing. Like, for a child actor, she did great. Like, there's a lot of emotion in her performance, and she was probably her and Ewan McGregor. They're probably they're probably the two highlights in far as acting wise. I think I like Abby a little bit more since because she was a child actress, and she did a lot. There was a lot of badass scenes to her. Like, there's also this one scene where I'm not going to talk about much because it's kind of spoilery, but there's like this one scene where like Abby and Rose are butting heads, and it was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, man. All the way before, I already mentioned all the time where we actually got inside the minds of these characters and we saw kind of what they saw, and they had these mental battles. Without a doubt, the best part of the film, as far as I'm concerned. Music was great. Like, for the CGI was also really, really good. There's some. I'm not going to go into detail why because that's spoilery, but the CGI was also really done well. Like, it was excellent work of the CGI. I already mentioned the music, so let me get into the negatives I have now. I don't really have much. Really, only one problem I have with the movie was the movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes long. I was shocked at how long it ended up being. It's damn near as long as It Chapter 2, which was like, what, 250? Now, at the beginning part of the movie, it's like when we first get introduced to Dan before he goes to the new place he has, and that's when he finally shaves and he's starting to get his life back together while he's dealing with his alcoholism. Which I actually also liked how Danny fell in the face at the same footsteps as his father did, with the alcoholism, the anguish. He even mentions this later on in the movie once he kind of goes clean, and it was nice, and it was kind of interesting seeing that how history ended up repeating itself, and also the stuff in the Overlook Hotel was also fantastic. But in that beginning, like, I would say 10 minutes, I think it was like 10-20 minutes ish, maybe 5-10 minutes. It was really slow. Like, I was kind of like, okay, I was liking what I was seeing, but I was like, But once Abby gets introduced and she gets into the story, it picks up from there, and it was just amazing across the board. So yeah, that was like my only real flaw with the movie. I had I just thought it was a little too slow in the beginning, but I understand why it had to be there. I had to set him up and everything, but it's still little too slow for my liking. And yeah, that's about all I really got to say with Doctor Sleep. I'll say it was a lot better than I was expecting. I mean, I expected it to be really good because, I love Ewan McGregor, but it ended up being a lot better. And there was also this one scene. Oh my god, there's this one scene where I was cringing. Oh my god, if y'all are saying that, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. There was this one scene. Like, I thought the handshake and Gerald's Game, the movie that was also based on a Stephen King novel, that was also based off a Stephen King novel. Gerald's Game, I believe it was called, that one that was released on Netflix, like 2 years ago, I think it was. Gerald's Game, some of those lines. Do you remember that one scene with like the handcuff? Oh my god, that shit had me cringing, but I think I was cringing more with this one. Like, oh my god, I was like legit holding the limb in question for like minutes after it happened. I was like, oh my god, yo, fam, like, and oh my god, seriously cringing. Oh my god, that match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega and all at Full Gear. Oh my god, once the glass got introduced, oh my god, I was cringing, man. I still plan on doing a review of that, probably Monday, probably because I've been busy, this week. I got some other stuff I gotta do this weekend. So yeah, I'm ending here, guys. So would I recommend you guys check this movie out? If you're a fan of The Shining, hell yeah, I definitely recommend you guys go check it out. Because I remember, because I'm not the type of person where it comes when something gets announced for a sequel, where I'm like hesitant or I'm like standoffish. Where I'm like, oh my god, why are they doing this? Like, why did you have to do a sequel to this? Like, why? I'm just the kind of person like, okay, let's see what they do with it. But I won't lie, when this movie got announced, I was like, a sequel to The Shining? Why? But then I had to remember that Stephen Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is far different from what happened in the book. So there was that, which I'm actually kind of surprised because I actually thought that they weren't going to go and directly adapt from the Stephen Stanley Kubrick's Shining just because of how different it was, but it looks like they actually did. I'm not sure if any of y'all have actually read the book. You guys can tell me down below. But anyway, if you guys like horror movies, you guys like The Shining, I definitely recommend you guys check this movie out. So overall, I give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. Guys, fucking epic, man, especially the third act. Once we got back to the Overlook Hotel, it was amazing seeing the hotel again, man. Red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum. I love that, man. And also, Wendy, I'm home. Oh man, that movie's so quotable. I'm gonna hear before I start just quoting the whole movie. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, flag, at least down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's too bad.